go inside the Department of Foreign Affairs and be really good, be a very good employee, climb up the ladder, finish law school, and pass bar exam. And not just that, pass it one time. Because it would be very expensive, right? Pass it one take, and then become an ambassador. Sounds good?
Yes.
Plan sounds good, right? So we had everything planned out. But then I realized along the journey that it would be very difficult to become an ambassador or to become a diplomat if you are not friends with the President of the Philippines. Because it usually comes by appointment. And so suddenly it was so disheartening because how can I be friends with the next President of the Philippines when everybody who surrounded me growing up, everybody was poor? It's so impossible that the next president would come from my neighborhood, right? Everything was planned out. Still, I went on. And then what happened was, everything was planned. What I did not plan is that along the way, I would have a young brother, the youngest one, who was going to be a special child. And when you have a special child in the family, you have to accept the responsibility or the burden of taking care of him for the rest of his life. Not just that, what I did not plan is that my father and my mother would break apart. What I did not plan is that my mother would become a single mother. What I did not plan is that I would be a child of a single mother who would now be a mother and provider at the same time. What I did not plan is that I would have 2 kids at a very young age. What I did not plan is that I would be jobless for years and years, even after graduating from the Ateneo de Davao. So you see, a lot of plans, everything is planned out because I wanted to become successful. But the question now is, what happens when none of your plans go according to how you planned them? The reason why I'm sharing this is because I know all of us here, we all had our vision of what could possibly happen in the future. Am I right? What I need us to understand is that none of the people seated in front, none of us actually planned on doing Wiway International. We all had different kinds of plans.
Yes.
But today, 9 years into the business, and I am very grateful for all of the disappointments. I am very grateful for all of the rejections. I am very grateful for all of the plans that did not come true. Because the only thing that I did not plan, Wiway International, is the only place where all of my dreams are coming true. So, when my mother and I first signed up inside Wiway International, see, you have to understand that when we signed up in Wiway, we did not sign up simply to take portier. We did not sign up simply because we want to try the product. When we signed up, nakataya yung buong buhay namin. Nakataya yung buong kinabukasan namin sa loob ng Wiway International. And so when we signed up, I started to ask around. I started to ask, for example, or apply, Raymond Tong. Pwede ba palakpakan natin si Raymond Tong? I started to ask Raymond, how to start inside Wiway? And you know what Raymond told me? No, I already prepared my paper. I already had my pen. I was very ready to become a student of Raymond that day. And then Raymond told me, you know what? If you want to start inside Wiway and become successful, just take the product, take a photo, show your photo, and your life will change forever. I go, come again. Take the product, take a photo, show your photo, and your life will change forever. That's it? Really? I came here with my ball pen. I came here ready to learn. I came here ready to memorize the marketing plan, ready to learn and gain all of the knowledge as much as I can. But it's the only thing that he told me. If you want to start to become successful, take the product, sabay-sabay. Take the product, take a photo, show your photo, and your life will change forever. Ang labo ni Raymond kausap. But you know
tayo,
what?
tapos
You
picture
know what?
tayo.
It's so
Before
funny,
and
right?
after.
Because 9 years down the line, today I am in front of thousands of people. And if you ask me how to start inside Freeway, how to start changing your life inside Freeway, take the product,
Oh,
take a photo,
Take a photo.
show your photo, and definitely your life will change forever. And what a life will change. So my mother started taking the product. My youngest brother, who's epileptic since birth, started taking the product. I started taking the product. You know why? I started taking the product because when my mother started taking it, like few weeks into taking her here, our neighbors, our friends, people who knew how sick my mother was, they would say, Ate Beth,
Sabi niya
parang
nung
lang
day,
kayong magkapatid ni Faith.
ba yan?
And you know what? It really hurt me because my mother is twice my age. And so if people tell me that she looks like my younger sister,
Pala yung
it
wala
really
sa
hurt
akin.
me.
Kaya pala hindi pa
So I really
live.
started taking the product.
Correct.
Now she doesn't look like my younger sister anymore. She looks like just a sister. Okay? So progress, right? And so, starting taking the product, share the testimony, share our stories. Eventually, on that year, I became the first Team Elite Pavo Filipino in the Philippines.
Yes.
Not to inspire, but to brag. Okay. I became the first Team Elite Pegasus Filipino full-blooded in the Philippines. And in fact, that time, 9 years ago, I was in fact also the first youngest to achieve that. After I hit Pavo, after I hit Team Elite Pegasus,
Attorney siya.
you know what happened?
Ha?
I started to get lost. Lost, why? Because now that I am a Team Elite Pavo, then a Team Elite Pegasus, and then our lives started to change, you know? Like we started to earn money, started to accumulate things, started to go on vacations which we never thought we would be able to achieve. Started to drive cars, started to do a lot of things. I got lost because what's next? What's next? And so, after I became a Team Elite Pegasus, I was able to qualify for the top leaders meeting, which was held in Macau, China in March of 2018. So that was me a year into the business. That was my first ever top leaders meeting. I was seated there among all the other top 100 leaders at the time. So that's like 7 or 8 years ago. And I was so, again, very ready. What is the direction? I want to learn something. I want to know what to do next. And here's what happened. What happened was that from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., I was seated there, surrounded by 95% all Mandarin speaking leaders and the boss and all of the Freeway management who shared that day. From 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., everything was in Chinese. No translator. All the presentations, everything was in Chinese. So the whole time from 9 a.m. to 6 a.m., can you just imagine how, not disappointed, but how lost I was again? The only time that I would hear the word English is when the boss would say, okay? Okay? Okay. Every time, he would only say okay. But you know what? You came here to find answers. That's also what I did 8, 9 years ago. And even with that, I did not understand a single thing. There was this one word that I would keep on hearing and hearing and hearing. It's the word FEMA. Can you say the word FEMA?
FEMA.
FEMA. It means Team Elite Pegasus. And so that very day, I knew then what I was set out to do. And that is to help build and create as many famous as I could in the Philippines. So you see, if you talk about success, no matter how much you define it, there is surely you will find success inside Freeway International. In fact, for the past 18 years, Freeway has been redefining success for all of us Filipinos. Tama ba? How does Reeway define success today? We will find out along the way. So the thing is that today, with the product that we have, with the kind of compensation plan or marketing plan that we have, with the kind of system that we have, with the kind of culture and environment that we have, in fact, it wouldn't be that hard for us to achieve success in Reeway. It wouldn't be that hard to create so much money in Reeway. But here's what I have learned in this past 9 years, looking at other people, working with people. This is what I have learned. That you can be the best salesperson that you can ever be. You can be the best person at closing sales. You can be the highest paid person inside Reeway International. But here's the thing. Success, we can only be successful alone only at a certain point. Which means to say that after some time, after some degree, to be able to maintain that level of success or even to reach a higher level of success, after some time, it would be more difficult. Why? Because now it would now entail more time, more energy, more effort, and more resources if you are doing it alone. So you could be the best salesperson, you could close a lot of sales, you could earn so much money, but the question is, you can be successful, but the question is, up to what extent? For how long? And how big can you actually grow? So today we must understand that outside, if we look at the most successful entrepreneurs, if we look at the most well-known CEOs, we look at the world-class athletes, the most successful people that we can think of right now. Think of the most successful people that you know of today. If you look at them, in fact, none of them is successful by themselves. Meaning to say that nobody is successful entirely just by being on their own. If you look at the most successful people, they're always backed up by a team. They always have this some sort of support system, and their success is always built on a foundation of a team of other leaders. And inside this room, if you look at the most successful people inside Reeway International, how do you know? Okay? You see that red cordon there in the middle? That is the gap between these most successful people in Reeway and you and your team. And this gap, you are away, you are the success, okay, between you and this team in front today is what we call the team. Because the team is our foundation. Which means to say that the reason why these people are so successful, can we all give our top leaders a round of applause today? The reason why they are successful, very easy. It's because they have a team. So you see how far you can go, how high you can climb, and how wide you can build, how big money you can earn. It is always dictated by how many leaders you have inside your organization and how able these leaders are. Again, how far you can go, how high you can climb, and how wide you can grow big inside this business will be dictated by how many leaders you create down the line and how much capable these leaders actually are. Because small success depends on individuals and great success depends on the team. So, if you say build a team, it sounds so easy, right? It sounds so simple. But in fact today, we cannot talk about building a team. We cannot talk about building width and depth in our organization without first defining what leadership really is. So can I just ask, who among us here are leaders inside this house? Can we see the hands of the leaders here? Leaders. Okay, leaders. Faith, do I really, and for those people who are not raising their hands yet, do I really have to be a leader? of course, you really have to be a leader. Why? Because everything rises and falls in leadership. Everything will be dictated by the quality of leadership that you have. Whether your team will grow or not, whether your team will fall back up again after it collapses, whether your team will stay long in the market, whether your team will truly succeed in the market, everything arises and falls in leadership. You have to be a leader. Why? Because alone, we can only do so much. No matter how highly you think of yourself today, no matter how good you think of yourself today, the truth is that you alone, us alone, we are never enough. We will always be inadequate. Our own knowledge, our own skills, our own desires will always be not enough. And so, our small success depends on individuals, but great success depends on an entire team. But then again, first, we have to be leaders. First, we have to desire first to become a leader. Because again, our income cannot increase our ability to lead. Our groups cannot grow bigger than our ability to lead. Our rate of success cannot grow faster than our ability to lead. So again, let me ask you this. Who among us here, you want to become a leader? Okay, pwede bang palakpakan natin ito lahat? So, first, who is a leader? What really makes a leader? So from my sharing earlier, when Raymond told me, take a photo, show your photo, and your life will change forever, we already know that, in fact, leadership today starts within our own selves. Leadership does not necessarily start with a very big group. It does not necessarily start with you being in the position, but leadership actually begins in our willingness, in our desire to lead a completely changed lives. Completely changed lives. Meaning to say that you being here, it doesn't matter how small you start. You being here, it doesn't matter if it's just you or the two of you together. Because when I started, it was only me and my mother. It doesn't matter where you start. What matters is what you build along the way. So, what is leadership? First, we have to understand that leadership, more than a position, is actually an action. Leadership is an action, not a position. Which means to say that, what Rick mentioned earlier, learn, do, and teach. Can you repeat? Learn, do, and teach. You will hear these three words all the time here inside WeWay. Learn, do, and teach. We must first learn things. We must first do things. And only then we will be in a position to be able to teach them. So we cannot expect our people to learn and gain all of this knowledge without us learning first. We cannot ask people to do OPP, to invite people to talk about NDO, if we ourselves, we cannot do it. Am I right? And even when our people start to gain knowledge, even when our people start to gain so much experience, and even when our people start to develop so much skills in the business, it's not enough. A lot of people see, they're so good at learning. Meaning to say, every leader sharing, every NDO, every LTS, they're seated there, they're present. They're so good at learning, but a lot of us are still stuck at learning. We lack execution.
Begin with your willingness.
And some people, yes, they go past beyond learning. Now they do things and start to create things. But a lot of people, they stop at simply doing things and achieving things for themselves. Our failure starts when we fail to actually teach people and show others how it is done. So when we talk about leadership, as leadership is an action, leadership is all about modeling, not even about selling. Modeling is taking every opportunity and every chance that we could get to show people how it's done. Meaning to say, kapag bago yung mga tao natin, we do OPP with them. We close the sale with them. Are you with me? And even if people reject us in front of our people, it's okay. Because from there, it's also an opportunity to show people how to handle rejection. Because handling rejection is also a skill. And if we fail to teach people these portfolios of skills, then we wouldn't be able to create a team. So, action, leadership as an action, learn, do, and teach first. Leadership is an action means it's a business of modeling and not only selling. Leadership, okay, as an action means sometimes even when our downlines already know, even when our people already know what to do, sometimes the best way is still to show them how it is done. And not simply show us how it is done. You know what I love about the boss? Is that the boss does not only inspire us. The boss does not only tell us, I believe in you, go ahead, you can do it. No. This is what I have learned about the boss, that if you truly value people in your organization, if you truly want them to become successful, you just don't show them how to do it. In fact, you provide the tools that are needed in order to become really, really successful. What do I mean by tools? You can read all of the motivational books that you want. You can watch all of the TED Talks that you want. But all of these things, these are all words. Are you following? But here inside Reway, in 18 years now, what Reway is providing us is not only motivation. It's not only inspiration. What Reway is doing is equipping us with the tools that we need in order to become successful. Reway has been doing that for 18 years now. The reason why you are here inside this leadership training seminar, this is also a tool. The same way that the product is a tool, the marketing plan is a tool, everything about Reway is a tool designed to help us achieve success. So you see, I have been in this industry of multi-level marketing for 9 years now. Again, for many of us, maybe you have spent longer time in direct selling. So I have been here for 9 years now, not counting the first 6 years of failure and attempts inside multi-level marketing. Because prior to Reway, we actually have a little bit of experience inside multi-level marketing. But we wouldn't be here if we were successful back then. Are you with me? So, in my 9 years of experience in direct selling, I can boldly say that there is no other organization, there is no other industry in the world today that develops the most powerful leaders, but inside MLM, inside Reway International in particular. We need evidence. How? Because all of the organizations, all of the industries, almost all, if not all, is that they are built, the kind of leadership that they build is based on positional leadership. From the word itself, it's all based on position. Meaning to say that they leverage, or the way that they influence people, it's because of their designation, it's because of their title, it's because of their rank. So you look at government agencies, for example, because they are being led by appointed people. If you look at the military, they have high-ranking officials. If you look at businesses today, you have employers and you have employees. And you know what? People, when their salary is at stake, when their safety is at stake, when their lives are at stake, they are more likely to follow and cooperate. Because they have to. But inside Reway, I can boldly say that here, this is a place where you will find leadership in its realest form, in its purest form, in its most powerful form. Why? Why? Because here, nobody is the boss. You don't own anyone. Nobody owns you. Here, you can never force people to follow you. Here, you can never change people. But the only thing that you can do is to what? To influence people. Here, you cannot force, right? You are here out of your own free will. Yes? I'm asking who? You're here out of your own free will, right? Wala naman sigurong pinagbantaan dito. Pag di ka pumunta, wala ka ng support. Tama ba? And isn't it the realest and purest and most powerful form of leadership. It's because here, it is built on influence. So John Maxwell, a leadership expert, says, the true measure of leadership is influence. Nothing more, nothing less. Can you say the word influence? And what is influence? The very essence, no, or the core essence of the word influence is very easy. It is to make people want to contribute. It is to make people want to follow, make people want to cooperate, even when they're not obligated. So here in V-Way, nobody can force you. Nobody can change anyone, but we can only influence. So not everybody is born with so much influence, am I right? But we can develop this kind of influence. So here, I'll show you the 5 levels of leadership. And it starts from the bottom, it's called position. So position, by the way, these levels of leadership, you cannot skip to number 1 or number 2 and number 3 without going through at least number 5 or 4. Meaning you cannot choose the level. Every one of us, including the boss, has to go through these levels of leadership. Position is the first level. This is the entry point. So here, from the word itself, position, you are leveraging, or you have the authority. Your influence is coming from your title, your rank, or position. People follow you simply because they have to. Inside V-Way, you can also buy yourself into position. You can also fight to be in a position. But that does not necessarily mean that you have influence over people. That does not necessarily mean that you can impact people. Are you with me? There is nothing wrong with position. Don't get me wrong. Position is good, right? Because it can show others the potential of the business. But what is wrong is when you rely on position alone to try to create influence. And if people are fooled simply because of your position, then it will not last long in the business. I want to focus on this word. It is called permission. Permission is actually I believe the most important in these levels of leadership. Why? Because you cannot skip to production and people development, and you cannot reach the highest level or the pinnacle of leadership without permission. What is permission? Permission is, you could be the greatest salesman inside V-Way. You can close a lot of sales. You're so good at what you're doing. You master the system. You master the OPP. You master the plan. You are the most knowledgeable person inside. And yet, people don't care how much you know unless they know how much you care. Again, people wouldn't care how much you know unless they know how much you care. Which means that we have to touch people's hearts first before we ask for a hand. Meaning to say that the only time that people will actually want to go to you or to come together, okay, is when you start creating and building a good relationship. Can you say the word relationship? And of course, relationship is not something that we can enforce or impose on people. And so this is the most important thing. Why? Because downline, upline relationship, you can be productive, you can create profit, and still not have relationship. And when there is so much money, when there is so much focus on profit, and there is no people, and there is no relationship, Datu Kenny, from years and years and years ago, I remember, he said, when you focus so much on profit, when you focus so much on sales, when you focus so much on money, and there are no people, you are only creating problems in the market. But when you have the people, and when you have the relationship, you will not have to worry because everything else will follow. And so, haven't you noticed? Haven't you noticed that people who are so eager to become successful, people who are so eager to be in that position, People who are so hungry for fame and for success, they throw in a lot of money, and in the end, they only cause trouble in the market. So today, Philippines, including Hungary, can we all agree that before we start focusing on money and profit and sales, first we have to focus on our relationships? Pwede bang palakpakan natin yan? So, when you have the permission, when you have the relationship, when people at least like you, it will now result to people being productive or production. Why? Because now that they like you, now that they want you, they want to follow you, now it will cause them to what? To take action on whatever vision you cast on them. Am I right? Like when the boss says we have to be number one, now everybody is fighting to become number one. Am I right? So now when people come together and they become productive, not only is leadership and relationship profitable, it also has a multiplying effect. Meaning to say that now you are not just a leader who has followers, now you have leaders who also create leaders, and these leaders also create leaders, and that is when exponential growth comes inside your business. And that is people development. But the highest level of leadership, the pinnacle of leadership, yung pinakarurok ng leadership, the pinnacle is this. A lot of people come into this business because of the product, because system is good, because compensation is high, because this and that. But if you and I, we are able to go past beyond these conditions, meaning to say it's no longer about what you can offer, it's no longer just about money, it's no longer just about profitability. Now when you are able to learn how to make people follow you, how to attract people who want to follow you and be with you and work with you because of who you are as a person, no longer as what you can offer, that is the pinnacle of leadership. And I really hope that in this lifetime, you will find a leader who is in the pinnacle of leadership. It's not me. I don't know with you, but I have found mine. Initially, when I joined Reway 9 years ago, it's because I want to become successful, because I want to be beautiful, it's because I want to earn money. But now, I am here and I am staying no longer because of these reasons. I have been here for 9 years now, and I plan to do it for another 9, another 18 years, another 36 years. It's because I follow the pinnacle of leadership, and that is Mr. Lim Bonho. Pwede bang palakpakan natin si boss? I follow him so much that I like to manifest a lot. This is how much I want to follow him. Reway Magazine, the pinnacle of success, okay? Featuring Lim Bonho and Draco Seat of Honor, Fayman. This is how much I want to follow him. So you see, I have very high standards of leadership, and until I reach that level of influence, only then that I can call myself a successful person. I seldom take photos with people, not even the boss. Not so much. I don't like chasing after people. Hey, take a photo. I don't like it that much. What I want is for one day for boss to call me, hey Faith, can I take a photo with you? And that's when I can. So if you ask me to define what success in Reway means, it means the boss will call me one of these days, or maybe in a few years' time, because very high, Draco. Give me some time, boss. Give me some time. I will get there. He will call me, and then when I see his name on the phone, and when I see his name on my screen, I will not answer immediately. Because I am not easy to get. I am a person of value. I am Draco by then. Right? So I raise the phone. Let it end. Okay, on the second try, of course I respect him so much, then I will answer. Boss, I'm in the middle of something. Is it something urgent, important? And then he will start to hesitate. Is it a good time? Okay, yes, I can find. So that by the time he feels like he owes me something, right? Okay, can I borrow your face? Can you be on the magazine with me? Just you and me. And only then I am the most successful person inside me. And I really hope that in this lifetime, you will find your pinnacle of leadership, and I hope that in this lifetime, you can also have leaders who are willing to follow you, no longer because of the position or the money or the bribery that you can offer. It's because of who you are as a person, of how you have touched them, of how you have shaped them. And I hope that you find at least two. At least two. Why? Because if it's only one person, you don't earn development bonus. So it has to be at least two. You earn referral bonus, you earn development bonus, and you earn matching bonus. Okay? Can we all give ourselves a round of applause? At least two. Boss has many. Okay, for us, starting at least two people. Okay? So now, we try to attract people. We try to entice people. In fact, a lot of us are so good that Raymond would always call it giving birth. No, especially for Filipinos, maybe including myself. We are so good at giving birth, but we do not know how to raise children. Meaning to say that we are so good at enticing people to come. Product is so good. Even if you're about to die, you will rise again from the dead. We say all sorts of things, right? The marketing plan is so good. Riway is willing to lose in order for you to earn, right, Filipinos? You say all sorts of things. We are so good at making people come. But the real challenge lies on how to make people stay. So how to make people stay and how to treat our people once we start building our organization. Okay, lies in the 5 principles, which you can actually also find inside the new distributors organization. So people would always tell us, do not follow blindly. Have you heard of that? You have to learn how to think for yourself. But you know what? If there is one thing that you can actually follow blindly, it is actually the new distributors orientation. You can follow it blindly. Meaning, no need to ask. Don't question. Don't interrogate. Don't analyze. Just simply follow. My failure in the past 9 years, this is my biggest failure, is that I never learned in one, in a snap. Meaning to say, I have to really go through it, and I have to bump myself first, and I have to bleed first, and I have to get hurt first, and then I learn. So please don't be like me. Is that okay? Don't be like me, meaning to say that the new distributors orientation, see, there's a lot of people who came before us. Meaning to say that none of the problems that we are going through right now, that they have not already solved. Lahat ng pinagdadaanan natin, napagdaanan na nila. Lahat ng problema natin, nasulbad na nila. And so who are we to question? The new distributors orientation is a compilation of what to do and what not to do. The new distributors orientation is actually a shortcut for us to become successful easier and way faster than the people who came before us. Are you with me? And so, first principle is don't pass down negativity. Don't pass down negativity very easy. Because as leaders, if you position yourself now as a leader, we have to remain that posture. Can you say the word posture? And by posture, I don't mean, the spinal column, the back posture. When I say posture, okay, it is the gap between you and your leader. The gap that makes him respect you, the gap that makes him trust you, the gap that makes him want to follow you, it's called the posture. And posture, without saying anything, posture is that invisible message that tells your people, okay, you know what, I value you, but with or without you, I can become successful. You know what, I want you to become successful, but whether you do it or not, I will do it. Posture means, with or without you, you can achieve success. With or without you, I will do it. Posture is, I don't rely on you. I don't depend on you solely. Okay, do we get it? So when we are too negative, meaning to say negative emotions, and everything that we talk about is just negative, what happens is that the gap is now slowly, okay, lumiliit yung gap between the leader and the one who's following. And when the gap becomes lesser and lesser and lesser, what happens is it breeds so much disrespect. It breeds so much distrust. And when people don't respect you, when people don't see your value, what? They start to act like your income depends on them. And they start to make demands. And now you as a leader, it's so hard to leave that situation because now you will have to appease those leaders all the time. When we talk about negativity, it's not just about grumbling, it's not just about complaining. Please do not mistaken vulnerability, okay, with negativity or with closeness. Meaning to say, it's okay to be vulnerable. But there is an intention when you want to become vulnerable. It's because you want people to relate with you. It's because you want them to know that you know their struggles, right? But when you start to become too vulnerable, thinking that by saying all of your problems, your marital problems, your money problems, all of these problems, it's not making you friends. Vulnerability does not equate to closeness. Are we following? So remain that posture all the time, with or without you. I can be successful. But I would rather be successful with you than with anyone else. Can we do that? The second principle is what we call, discuss new ideas with uplines. Meaning to say, new ideas upward. Okay, and do not take it too literally, like really discussing, because inside WeWay, the system is already there. We have already an 18-year-old system that all we need to do is simply follow and duplicate. When we talk about think of ideas upwards, it means to seek answers. It means that to be able to really be successful inside WeWay, to treat people, to treat this business rather, is to never rely on our old ways of thinking, to never rely on our old ways of doing things. And this is very common among Filipinos. You know what, Faith? There's no need for me to attend the NDO. There's no need for me to do the LTS. Because I have already been in the multi-level marketing industry even before you were born. Familiar? Because I'm 18 years old, right? Even before you were born, they would say all these things. And they would tell you, in fact, I had the biggest team in this previous network marketing. Familiar? And then when you ask them to start doing WeWay, they will tell you, pwede bang ikaw muna? Okay, pwede bang ikaw yung magbayad ng investment ko? Basta, dadalhin ko sa iyo yung mga tao ko. Okay? Is that familiar? So, seeking answers. And in fact, even inside this room, even if you don't understand a lot of things, okay? But can we all give our speakers, all of our speakers, a round of applause today? Even if you're struggling understanding the translation, because it's never 100%. In fact, today you don't have to understand everything. Just find one or two things enough to fire you up for the next 3 months, for the next 6 months. Because everything is designed to help us achieve success. And the next two ones, third one, is no cross-lining. No cross-lining. You know what? I fail in a lot of things. But when it comes to cross-lining, I am the best at no cross-lining. Can you all give me a round of applause? I am the best. I can tell you, boss, I am the best in no cross-lining. Okay. Why? Because, for example, Diane, Gemma, and cross lines. We can sit down in events and talk about family, talk about dreams, talk about vision, talk a lot about important things. But when the event is done, our conversation is done. Meaning to say, that if you check my email, you check my Instagram, you check my Messenger, you check my Viber, I never talk to cross-lines. Why? Because if there is one thing that I can simply follow, it's no cross-lining. First of all, why would you invest so much time on cross-lines when you can't even invest time in your own teams? It's so ironic to find people who are more friends with their cross-lines than with their uplines or their downlines. See, I'm too busy to entertain and I'm too busy to make connections with cross-lines. Cross-line is, if it's not people from up the line or people from down the line, then that means it is your cross-line. See, a lot of the problems that we have in this business, a lot of the problems that we have in our organization, it all stems because we are too chismosa connecting with our cross-lines, even when they don't have anything to do with our business. So it's like parenting. I am Faith, okay, and Tansutyam is Tansutyam. You know, I can never compare how his parents brought him up. I can never compare with that how my mother brought me up. We can never compare our parents. There are no such thing as bad parents or good parents. Why? Because if my mother today is not my mother, I wouldn't be here. So whatever way she brought me up, my job is to always honor my mother. The least that I can do is to stop comparing with my mother with your mother or with your father. So when cross-lines come together, the first thing that they do is what? Compare. Compare, right? Hey, you have better upline. Oh, really? No, mine is better actually. Oh, really? So my upline is useless because your upline can give this and that and that and that. And it's so unfair. Because we always look at what the other is lacking and never appreciating on what our leaders are actually giving to us, sacrificing for us. And that is why no cross-lining. You know, a lot of people cross-line because they want to have a sense of metric or gauge with other people. Meaning to say, oh, I'm starting with this person. Okay, this is my metric. Okay, hey, are you now a diamond 1 star? Not yet eh. Oh, really? Yeah, because it's so hard. You know what? It's really hard. Freeway is so hard. Better yet, we quit Freeway and do the left way there. Oh, there's a new company there. We are 001. Isn't it? Isn't it?
Yes.
And so when Freeway says no cross-lining, when you go to events, say hi, hello, talk a little, be friendly, but understand that your resources and time and your energy cannot be towards your cross-lines. It has to be towards your own organization. Now, cross-lines are still competition, right? Even if you're all under Jubilee Diamond Team, even if we're all under Diamond Galaxy, even if we're all under Freeway International, cross-lines are still competition. Would you agree? But here's the thing. I don't really believe much in competition. I'm so sorry. The competition that I'm talking about is the competition where we have to beat each other up in order to say that I am a better leader than you are. The competition that I'm talking about, I don't like the kind of competition where people have to do all of these unnecessary things. People have to resort to cheating. People have to resort to destroying other organizations. People have to resort to sinking other people's boats just to prove to themselves that they are better leaders. I don't believe in competition, but I believe in qualifying who to compete with. And who I can compete with, I don't have to be friends with them. Am I right? I can compete with you and look at you from afar. And see, because I have a very high standard in leadership, because I have boss as my standard, I don't really compete with everybody just because you are my crossline. Because I have to respect you first before I can actually treat you as a competition. I have to actually believe in what you're doing first. Tama ba? The strength that you have should be able to reflect the weaknesses that I have. You should be able to impact me to be better. And this is what I believe the definition of what competition should be. It's never just about racing. Racing for what? It's all nonsense. It's not just about beating each other up. It's not just about outshining other people. The true competition that we have are the people who we actually respect from afar because they're doing the business the right way. Fourth and fifth is all about disputes. You know what they say about cracks? That cracks never get smaller. So the fourth crack is money dispute, and the fifth crack is relationship dispute. So money, okay, actually there's a lot of takes on this. But in fact, a lot of the money problems or the money issues that we have inside the organization almost all can be solved if we all had ownership in the business. Ownership. Can you say the word ownership?
Ownership.
Meaning to say, if you handle your own money, if you encode your own encodings, if you don't rely on other people, you have complete ownership of your business, then actually there wouldn't be much money dispute. But the money that I want to talk about right now is where to put the money that we earn inside Freeway. Is that okay? So the money that we earn, where we put the money that we earn from Freeway is actually a thermometer of our commitment in the business. Can you say the word thermometer? Meaning to say that if you earn so much money from Freeway, and now invested in cars, invested in properties, invested in insurances, invested in a lot of things, then that is a thermometer showing that you don't really value this business. But you earn money and you put it back into the people. Find a way to somehow contribute. Find a way to give. A little. Not even for some of us, not even a little. For some of us, we're willing to empty ourselves for other people. Am I right? Why? Because generosity is also a form of credibility. Credibility, why? For example, JD. JD, James, and our business development. Pwede bang palakpakan natin yung business development? Every time they would ask me out for a meeting, okay? I really like it. Because it's the only time that I don't get to pay for my own meals or for other people's meals. They always pay for what I drink and for what I eat, right? Because that is the culture that is built inside the business development. So when people pay for your meals, actually it's not to impress you. Understand that. When leaders pay for your meal, when people pay for you, it's never to impress you. Oh, I have so much money. No. Malay mo, last 1,000 pesos niya na yun, tapos binuhos niya pa sa'yo. Tama ba? But rather, when people pay for you, pay for your meal, pay for your event, it's to give you and even your family that sense of confidence, that sense of security that, you know what, the money that you have, you can keep it to yourself or you spend it on other things, I'll take care of you so that you can take care of your own organization. Are you with me? Then the last thing is relationship dispute. And even in the corporate industry, we all know this. Do not touch your neighbor's wife or do not touch your husband's wife. Neighbor's wife, husband's wife, or your... Okay, you get it, right? Sometimes, the best thing that we can do for other people is sometimes to shrug off. What is shrug off? Shrug off is, kunwari may dandruff dito. Huwag mo nang sabihin na, uy, ang dami mong dandruff. Sometimes the best thing that you can do is simply, can you please do that to the person seated next to you right now? Huwag huwag ka nang masyadong madaming satsat.
Maraming salsa.
Tama ba? Huwag ka nang, kasi the struggles that other people are going through, for example, they already know it. They have money problems, they know it. They have relationship problems, they know it. They have problem with this and that, they already know it. And sometimes the best thing that we can do is to simply allow and trust that this person will eventually learn from it and grow from it. Because when we start to criticize other people, then cracks only get bigger. When we start to criticize, then they will no longer confide in us. They will no longer trust us. Eventually, they will be gone inside the business. So, sometimes the discipline is not disciplining your people. Sometimes the discipline is not just about telling people what to do, what not to do. Sometimes the discipline must come from ourselves. Meaning to say that they're doing a lot of things. No, like what boss said, allow them to fail. Allow them to bump their heads. Allow them to bleed. And when they bleed, you just go with your panyo. And then you
Punas.
trapo daw.
Punas.
Halo-halo na yun, guys. Okay? Trapuhin lang. And then, let's do it again. Let's do it again. And so, these principles, this is the only principle that I can tell you. You can follow it blindly. To sum these two things up, okay? Respect your downline, praise your upline. These are like golden rules inside multi-level marketing. Golden rules inside Inwit. Respect your downline, praise your upline. Respect your downline. Respect your downline. Why? It's because they are not our employees. We don't own them and they don't owe us anything. We have to go beyond our traditional definition of what leadership is. The traditional image of leadership is control and command. Today, real leaders, they don't control people. Real leaders, they don't command people. They influence, and that is how they create organizations and teams down below. It is only through influence. Now, why respect? Why respect downline? Because respect leads to trust, and when people trust us, they are willing to cooperate with us. They are willing to work with us. Praise your upline. Ako, itong medyo mahirap.